And what was your first deployment like?
Very first deployment as an infantry battalion was in '86, and it was during mainly a peacetime military, but we had a lot of low intensity conflicts. I mean, Beirut had happened a few years. That time wasn't too bad. I mean, I came home, I was every time you come home, you have this. You look at the American people as a little bit different, naive, and there's a false sense of security here. And you see a lot of people in these different countries you go to that suffer.
And what about the other times? You said that first time wasn't that bad, but what were the other times like when you were more in, I guess the danger was a little bit more active?
It was a little bit different. Some guys didn't make it back, and I had a real problem. Didn't like the sound of kids crying, people arguing. Aggression started to get really under my skin. But I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know what was going on. Nobody did. You start weighing yourself as, why do I get to be with my family, and why does this guy why can't he be with his family? Stuff like that, and that starts to weigh a little bit heavier, and you start feeling a little bit, I guess, not worthy.
Would you ever talk about these feelings with your family or
No.
with your wife?
Oh, hell no. No, my wife doesn't want to hear it. I don't think she doesn't want to hear it because she feels it's whining and crying. She just doesn't want to hear it because she probably doesn't know what to do with it. She doesn't know what to do with it.
Do you think a lot of military families go through a similar situation?
I do. I know that. I think when they come back, they need to talk about little things, and sometimes they just need to get it off their chest because that it's all right, that you had to do what you had to do.
So, what do you think civilians and family members can do to help military personnel in that transition or in that recovery?
I think they just need to give them a little patience. I mean, things bother them that don't normally bother them. Big bangs, things falling off of shelves, glass breaking, stuff like that kind of instantly irritates and causes anxiety at times.
Do you think veterans and military people should be able to talk about these experiences openly with their families or with other people?
I think so. I think anybody that suffered any kind of traumatic experience needs to be able to, they need to have a release. It's always nice to be able to talk to somebody that's not going to judge you, let you know that everything's all right, that you survived it, and help you through it, I guess.
Okay, and the last question is, what would you like to say to other veterans?
I think that the suicide rate is way too high. I think that just about every veteran, and especially everyone I know, has contemplated on sucking on the end of a barrel at one point or another. My thing is that these guys have a lot more to offer than they think they do. Whether it be somebody sitting around telling them they're a baby killer or whatever, or somebody that just says, hey, I don't want to hear it because I don't know what to do with it. They have a lot to offer, and they learned a lot, even though they don't realize it, and they need to function. Sucking on the end of a barrel is really not a good way out.
Thank you.